holding the controller in my crotch. So I had to tell her that I was meditating, laying down flat on my bed, holding a controller in my crotch. What's up, guys? Today, I have a hilarious story about overdosing on a Hulk bar. Overdosing on a Hulk Xanax bar. Now, this Xanax bar was obviously laced with fentanyl, right? Like, a lot of Xanax are going to be laced with fentanyl. Now, that's not a problem. There's nothing in Xanax that's going to kill you, or, like, fentanyl's not going to kill you, is what I'm trying to say. Fentanyl's fine. But I'm going to get into that in a different video, why I explain Xanax are actually laced with fentanyl pretty often, and why it's okay. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about just a hilarious time overdosing on fentanyl Hulk bars. So, let's get into it. So basically, there was this kid in my school that had some Hulk bars, and people were taking them in school, and this one kid, he was only grade 9 or 10, we were in grade 12. And he was selling them to like some young ass kids, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this friend of mine in grade 12, he was getting some buzz around the school for having these Xanax bars, because no one really had those in our school, you know what I'm saying? But he had some Hulk bars now. Sold them to this one kid. He was just stumbling around the halls, like crashing into lockers and shit, I heard. There's some strong bars. He only took half a bar. This is actually after I took mine. But I'm just telling you, like, stories. Like, I'll tell this story in particular. There's a different story about when my friend took it and had to chill in my car for a whole period. And he was stupid. Like, it's so funny. But this is hilarious, too, this story I'm about to tell. But anyways, one day, like, this was the time where I was, like, into my spiritual shit, like, my spiritual soul shit, like, meditating, eating vegan, and, like, all that weird shit, like, everything he was into. So, like, I was smoking weed, right? But I was hesitant about these Xanax bars, but I'm like, I gotta try it. I gotta have, like, a nice Xanax high. I got it. I don't necessarily see this as, like, a spiritual soul thing. But I was like, yo, I'm on my third eye shit. I can afford this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can use his debit card and just, like, sneak off a few of these, because this is my daddy. This was my spiritual daddy. So, like, I can afford this. My third eye's booming type shit. So, I bought a Xanax bar. I think I bought, like, 2 to start. And automatically, when you look at these bars, you can see, like, little dots on them. It's like, these, I didn't really think much of it at the time, but I've gotten real Hulk bars since then. This is my first time trying one. You see little dots in it, and it's like, this is not good. This is not good. But I'm like, bet. Like, I'm about to try a Hulk bar. Now, after this story, I bought, like, other Hulk bars from him, even though I knew they were fucked up. I was like, these fuck you up. These have to be laced. But I kept buying more because I passed out. I'm gonna tell you the story, though. There's more to it than just passing out. Right, I passed out. I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. I want to remember more of it. So I just kept buying them and kept passing out. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not trying to get addicted to Xanax. That can't actually happen. I know that now. But, like, I'm not trying to get addicted to Xanax. I just want a good time without having to keep taking it. I keep passing out, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get to the story about the first Xanax, though. I was just playing video games with my friend, right? I was playing Fortnite. Popped the whole bar. I'm like, this is gonna be nothing. I wasn't sure, because I've heard about Xanax just not doing all that, but then I've heard about Xanax knocking people the fuck out. That's not real Xanax. Like, it could be, but it's not real Xanax if it knocks you the fuck out like that. That's fentanyl bars, which are okay, and I'll get into it in another video, but this is not about why Xanax bars are laced with fentanyl bar. This is about taking a Xanax fentanyl bar. So let's continue. So yeah, I was playing Fortnite with my friend, and I popped the bar. Now, he's not, like, at this point, he's not really into my drug use, you know what I'm saying? But he was okay with me taking the bar. He's like, it'll be a good experience, right? It'll be fun. So, I took the bar, I was playing Fortnite, and I was just waiting for it to kick in. And I remember saying something like, yeah, I was starting to feel, like, a little weird. I think I was starting to feel it kick in, but I was like, I'm not really, but I kind of was. Like, it's not gonna do anything, you know what I mean? Like, that type of shit. But then I remember, like, walking up the hill in Fortnite, walking up this hill, and I was like, yo, I think it's starting to kick in. I was just like, bruh, But, like, at the same time, it wasn't that much. So I'm like, what am I even feeling? Like, when you're first coming up, it'll be like, I'm not even high at all, but I'm about to zone the fuck out, aren't I? But, like, you won't even be thinking that type shit either. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, last thing I remember is walking up this hill in Fortnite, and then I'm in my parents' room in the middle of the night. That it just cut to that scene, fam. So, yeah, I'm in my parents' room. As soon as I zone out and remember that I'm actually in my parents' room, because apparently they said I was talking to them for like an hour, just saying some weird shit, just acting all out of it, and I didn't remember any of it. I literally just like cut to a random part where I was just in the room, and I was like, what? I'm in your room talking to you? Then I just walked out. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's the last thing I remember from the point where I'm walking up the hill in Fortnite. This is like hours later, right? So like I had passed out. Now, I'm walking back to my room, and I have this fan in my room. And now the fan doesn't have the front cage on it. So it's, like, dangerous, right? I walk into my room. I'm, like, wobbling over. I'm like, oh, I can do this. No problem. No problem. Fucking fall right into my fan. Fan falls over onto me, and it's spinning. So, right, I fall right into this open fan cage, and it falls right onto me, and I don't think a thing of it. I don't even think, yo, I'm on Xanax, and I just fall into this fan. And my mom's right there. Like, at this point, that was crazy shit for me. Like, I wouldn't care now if they caught me. But at that point, that was crazy shit. But, like, in the moment, just didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, oh, shit, I just fell into my fan. Just, oh, no, like, fell hard. I know that's not even the funny part, fam. That's not even the funny part. Whatever. I get up. I went to my bed. And so I wake up the next morning. Again, just not even, when you wake up the next morning after something like that happens, after like a Xanax knockout, a fentanyl Xanax knockout, you're not even going to be thinking about the night before when that happened. You're going to forget about it, and then be like, oh shit, that happened, type shit. It happens every time. Like, you're like, oh shit, that happened, yeah. So yeah, I wasn't saying a word, but I'm like, oh shit, this did happen. But you're going to question whether it even did happen. And if something like that happens and you don't want your parents to like know, you're going to be like, your brain's going to tell yourself, no, it didn't happen. No, it didn't. It did not happen. You know what I'm saying? That your mom's just going to be like, you're looking a lot better than last night. Oh, you're going to be feeling nice the next morning after you take Xanax, you know what I'm saying? But she's going to be like, you're looking a lot better than last night. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And she's like, you're on Xanax, weren't you? I'm like, what are you talking about? Mom, you know what happened, right? Like, I said it like that. Like, are you, like, you know what happened, right? Looking at her like she just, you don't have a clue what happened type shit? Like, no. Xanax? No. Mom. You know you woke me up during a meditative state, right? She's like, what? And then she explains everything that happened. Like, oh, you were talking to me for an hour in your room, like, weird, you were stumbling, you fell into your friend. I'm like, no, Mom. You woke me up during a deep meditative state. You know that, right? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I just said that like, you gotta be kidding. I was obviously meditating. So, I made up a complete lie, right? Obviously. But that's not even a lie. I'm talking about a new lie. So, this was like at the time, this isn't a lie, but this is at the time where I was like actually doing that shit, like meditating, right? And I was trying to convince my mom that it wasn't bullshit, but she was like, the spiritual shit's bullshit. So, I was also trying to like spread my message of this spiritual shit and like meditation at the time, because I really thought that was the shit. So I was trying to get my mom into it too. So this wasn't the best thing to do, lie about a deep meditative state. You know what I'm saying? But I did, because I wanted to get out of it so bad. I didn't want her to know. So I'm like, yeah, Mom, when you're in like a deep meditative state like that, and you get woken up, you're gonna be completely out of it. Like, you're gonna be like a zombie. Like, I was in a deep meditative state, Mom, and I was like blaming it on her. I'm like, you woke me up during a meditative state. you know that, right? And she's like, you can't be blaming me for this right now. I'm like, no. That's not what's going on, Mom. I'm just letting you know that it's dangerous to wake someone up in a meditative state. Made of a complete lie, fam. Not the best idea if I'm really trying to get my spiritual message across, right? I didn't even think about that at the time. It's like, get me out of this situation. Because I was still in grade, like, 11. Or I was in grade 12, right? Yeah, I was in grade 12. No, what? This was grade 12, right? Oh, this was grade 11. My bad. Wait, no, this is grade 12. This is grade 12 for sure. This is grade 12. So, yeah, I was like, bro, that's not even the funniest part. It might be. It is the funniest part. But the thing is, she woke me up. Like, I was playing video games, right? So I was sitting on my bed with the controller. When she woke me up, I was laying down flat on my bed, holding the controller in my crotch. So I had to tell her that I was meditating, laying down flat on my bed, holding a controller in my crotch, while the Fortnite game is still on. I'm like, yeah. I just didn't want to bring the controller out of my hand. I just didn't feel like it. I was like in a deep meditative state. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I still said it. I'm like, yeah, I was in a deep meditative state, Mom. I just didn't feel like dropping the controller. I just did it like that. What do you want me to say? That's how I was fucking meditating. And she's like, okay, my bad. Like, she believed it. She went with it. I'm like, bet. No, I wasn't even fully sure if she believed it or not. I had no fucking idea. Like obviously she knew, but at that point I was like, what did I just pull off? I am a meditator with a fucking controller in my crotch. Epic. So I bought, as I said, I was pissed that I just passed out. I didn't remember a lot of it. So I bought a bunch more, but I just kept passing out, honestly. I was going to tell more stories, but I have more to say about Xanax and why fentanyl is okay, and why not all Xanax is laced with fentanyl, and or just how it's not. But that's for another video. That's probably going to be my next video, or in the future at some point. But that is the story. That is my spiritual Xanax journey. That is my story, trying to get my spiritual message across while completely fabricating it by accident. Obviously that shit's fake, the spiritual soul shit, but that's where I was at the time, right? So, that's what I was trying to push. I truly believed it, but that was not the best way to go about it. So, yeah, that's my story about overdosing on a fentanyl Xanax bar and pulling off an absolute meditative state. A deep meditation. Mother, are you fucking retarded?